Hello everybody, Corey here. Before I forget, you may or may not have seen this already. I'm working to improve the channel as always, just so you know, and just want to bring additional information to you and the risk of the YieldMax ETFs should you not already know. But anyway, just to let you know, in this video we will be doing the daily roundup for ULTY, and they'll have some new things to share with you if you want to watch the holds and tradings later to see some changes for today. But I do not provide personal investment advice, and I'm not a qualified licensed investment advisor. I am an amateur investor. All information found herein, including any ideas, opinions, views, predictions, forecasts, commentary, suggestions, or stock picks expressed or implied herein are for informational, entertainment, or educational purposes only and should not be construed as personal investment advice. While the information provided is believed to be accurate, it may include errors or inaccuracies. Conduct your own due diligence or consult a licensed financial advisor or broker before making any and all investment decisions. Any investments, trades, speculations, decisions found within my videos expressed or implied herein are committed at your own risk. YieldMax ETS risk information. This is copy and pasted directly from their website. You can stop, you can read this, you can go to their website, you can go pull up their prospectus. But just to quickly go over this before investing, carefully consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. This information, along with other details, is available in the prospectus. Please read the prospectuses carefully before making any investment. Investments involve risk. Principal's loss is possible. Then I'm just to go down through the headers here. I mean, they're clearly telling you whether you choose to listen or read them or not, or continue forward. It will be up to you. They go in to define the underlying security risk, derivatives risk, distribution risk, the NAV erosion risk due to distributions, call writing strategy risk, single issuer risk, high portfolio turnover risk, new fund risk, liquidity risk, and non-diversification risk. All right, so let's move on to our daily tab here. We do not have any new ETFs. They did not choose to go back into HUT 8 today, and I think they've closed out of 3 of them. We'll see when we get over to the right. I think it was 3. But you can see here, this is what we have left. I don't know why, but I think since Friday or this weekend, NanoX Imaging IV has not been coming through. But we do still have the rest of these, with Root having 153% currently at the top, and VRT still at the bottom at 77%. Net assets are 58.5 million, and outstanding shares have increased almost a couple of 100,000 to 3.5 million. If we go over here, we can see today that the stock market, it dropped. The S&P here is 1.2. I believe the NASDAQ was 1.65%. ULTY, as you can see, dropped 3.73%. As somebody stated it perfectly earlier, if Jay says that YieldMax is 4.5 out of 5 risk, then ULTY is probably a 4.9 risk. And again, I've talked about this from day one, and you saw it from day one. This thing has huge swings in both directions. We were now somewhat, around staying between 17 and 18, but of course today, as everything tanks, so does ULTY. ULTY is not immune from tanking, just like the rest of it, okay? And when I say tank, I don't mean we're having a crash, so please do not take that, the wrong way. I know we've had lots of discussions in the discords today about a crash or whatever, which then reminds me, I'll bring up another tab since we are in the ULTY workbook, just to mention that real quick. But if we want to look here, we can see the changes for the day. Let's see, this is our dated tab, right? So yeah, let's sort this. So we can see Biohaven had the biggest loss of 16% in one day, which looks like it was a little over $8. MicroStrategy was down 10% to 13.35. Hoping this is a good swing trade opportunity here. And then we have Coinbase down 9%, Sunruns down 8%, Solar Edge down 8%, Carvana down 7%, and Wafer down 7%. We did have a couple up, believe it or not. If we look at the bottom there, we have My Medicine and GigaCloud. They were up 1% and 2%. All right, so if we go over to the right, we can actually see the trades here as far as any premium that we received in the first column. And then, of course, we know tomorrow is the declaration date for ULTY. So we know today was the last day of trades. And also one of the biggest day of trades on Mondays is, it's for ULTY. ULTY does Monday, based on its thing. YieldMax is normally Thursday or Friday, and ULTY is usually mostly on Mondays, and maybe could be slightly higher. The second highest day I've seen trades on was Tuesday. But anyway, we can see here this with the totals at the top. You have the synthetics, and then we have our totals, and we have enough to actually make the rankings make sense today. So we can see here the top trades as far as who made money. Well, the top 5 made money, brought in money. Solar Edge, SMCI, Coin, VRT, and eHang there. Our worst trade was Mara, and we sold out of Mara. Yep, because they just keep going down and down and down, and seems like there's no coming back at this point for this one, like it seems like for AI, or C3 AI. But anyway, yeah, there's a significant loss there. That's $600,000. It's on the synthetic because they closed out the synthetic. So now if we look over to the right, okay, I guess it was 4 that we sold out of. I thought it was 3. But you can see net assets are blank for Solar Edge, eHang, LabU. That's interesting. That one I think tanked yet on Friday. But anyway, Mara would be the last one there. Man, that's a big loss. All right, so that's going through that. Now let's just take a look at this. I don't know why the other stuff's not coming through, but specifically at this here. I'd already told you today was about 1.2 and 1.65. This data is not filling in yet because we're in the day. It's not gonna. The way the formulas is set up to show the data as of the close, and there's always a delay in the close of data, so it's not going to show today's close for line 35 there. But you can see back here on Friday for the S&P, we were negative. We were actually worse on Friday than we were today. And then, of course, now we haven't, we've had several days pullbacks here that were about 1% or more. You can see we have one that's almost 1% there. Here, I'll do this. We have one's almost 1% here. We have over 1% here. And these only go back to March because this is right. That's when ULTY came around. We have a 1% up here towards the beginning. But I will say, and I didn't think about it till just now because we don't see both days down here at the bottom because we don't have the close there yet. But, yeah, we haven't seen, at least here the past month, any significant down days, at least 2 in a row. So if we're at 1.2 and 1.65, or it puts us at about 2.65 and about 3.3 within those 2 days. So we'll see. We know it's not just, it has a catalyst and everything with the news today. But, and then I think this right here, let's see, ULTY specifically, and then this is, yeah, I always have mine sorted by the percentage of change because I always want to see who changed, what the percentage is overall. But if we look at our handy dandy charts here, we can see how, well, Root, I haven't looked at these yet. This one really did bad. Sunrun right off the thing. It just tanked, hit a bottom, and then just sort of went up and down the rest of the day. But then so did Wayfair. It sort of hit hit that line, come up, and then it eventually came back down. But look at root right into the close right there. Wow. None of the rest of those did that, but all the rest of them were already way down. Root looks like it was chopping around most of the day before it decided to finally give in and go down. So you had a few of these. So you see Clean Spark went up and came down. My Medicine sort of did something similar. Giga Cloud, though, it was one of the ones up. It did a sharp, went way up and then sharp tank at the beginning and then up and back down. So it was a little crazy there today. But anyway, they have their own, all of them have their own little special charts and nuances there. Let's say ULTY, it was right in the middle. Yeah, that's not looking good. So it looks like we got down to 1643 at one point today. I'll just look how ULTY did. I just had a slight decrease. There's a lot of gaps in there. Let's do a 5-minute. Yeah, a slow decline, and then I don't know what happened in after hours right there. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I feel like there's something I'm missing, but the last video I did was way too long because I was thinking there was something else I needed to do, and then of course I talked about this, so that was an addition to the video. I do apologize. I was going to do these in the morning after I got some sleep, but since I was awake, seemed to be wide awake, I figured I'd go ahead and knock these out. I will look at the trades and holdings. If you want to check out what I briefly saw as I was preparing these, there may be a new strategy in place. It could be just because the market tanked today. I don't know, but we will see. And I'll talk to y'all later. I'll see you in the next video if you join that one. Bye.